Just happened. Princess Leonor and Prince Nicolas, live ceremony stuns Spain. Everyone in Spain thought they knew what today would look like. A formal royal appearance. Careful protocol. Polite applause. Another carefully managed moment in the life of the future queen. That was the expectation. But what happened live, right before Spain's eyes, broke every single assumption. Because this was not just a ceremony. This was not just another royal obligation. This moment rewrote the emotional map of the Spanish monarchy, and placed Princess Leonor at the center of something far deeper than tradition. What Spain witnessed was not planned to feel this personal. And that is exactly why the country hasn't stopped talking. From early morning, the atmosphere felt different. Crowds gathered hours before the ceremony began. Social feeds were unusually quiet from the palace. No leaks, no previews, no soft launches. That silence alone told royal watchers something big was coming. Princess Leonor arrived composed, confident, unmistakably royal. But there was a detail most people noticed immediately: her expression. This was not the guarded smile Spain has learned to decode. This was something else, something grounded, something certain. And then Prince Nicolas appeared. Not as a background figure. Not as a ceremonial accessory. But as an equal presence beside her. The shift in energy was immediate. Even seasoned royal correspondents struggled to describe it in real time. This was not a staged pairing. This looked lived in. Which raises the first question that shook Spain. If this was only protocol, why did it feel so real? To understand why Spain reacted the way it did, we have to understand where Princess Leonor stands in 2025. She is no longer the future. She is the present in preparation. After years of visible discipline, military training, public speeches, and international exposure, Leonor has crossed an invisible line. Spain no longer sees her as a princess in waiting. Spain sees her as a leader forming in real time. That is why today mattered. Because moments like this are not evaluated emotionally by royal institutions, but by the public. And the public felt something change. Prince Nicolas has long existed on the edge of speculation. Known, respected, but never fully explained. The palace never defined him. Never denied him. Never confirmed anything. Which created a silence loud enough to become its own truth. Today, that silence cracked. Their interaction during the ceremony was subtle, but unmistakable. A shared glance held half a second longer than required. A breath synchronized. A moment where Leonor broke protocol, not by doing something dramatic, but by relaxing. That single detail sent social media into overload. Why? Because royals are trained not to relax in public unless something is anchored privately. So the second question emerged instantly. Was today the first visible confirmation of something Spain was never meant to see yet? But here's where the story gets deeper, and more complicated. Inside the palace, sources describe intense preparation leading up to today. Not just logistical, but emotional. Because ceremonies are not neutral ground. They expose truth. They amplify dynamics. They reveal alignment, or tension. And there was tension. Family tension. The Spanish royal family has spent the last decade repairing trust with the public. Any personal development in Leonor's life is weighed against national perception. Not celebrated automatically. Not endorsed casually. So if Prince Nicolas appeared publicly beside her in this way, one thing is certain: this moment passed scrutiny. Which leads to the next curiosity loop. Who approved what we saw, and who hesitated? Observers noted something else. During the live broadcast, the king's posture, the queen's stillness. King Felipe looked proud, but guarded. A man watching history being shaped, knowing it can't be undone once seen. Queen Letizia, famously controlled in public settings, showed visible emotion for just a brief moment. That moment mattered, because Queen Letizia knows the cost of love inside monarchy. She lived it. She paid for it. She understands what it means when personal truth collides with public expectation. Her expression told Spain everything she didn't say. As the ceremony unfolded, it became clear this was not an announcement, but a signal. A signal that Princess Leonor is stepping into a version of royal life that does not separate duty and emotion as cleanly as before. And that shift is seismic. Spain's monarchy has historically survived by distance. By formality. By creating space between crown and heart. Leonor is closing that space, without rebellion, without spectacle. Just presence. And that is why Spain felt stunned. Because this wasn't shocking behavior. It was honest behavior. What happens next is where the stakes elevate. Royal insiders suggest this ceremony was a controlled introduction, not of a relationship, but of alignment. Alignment between Leonor's personal world and her public destiny. The palace knows the truth travels faster than announcements now. So instead of confirming anything outright, they let the country feel it first. And Spain responded. Public opinion trended not toward scandal, but protection. Pride. Ownership. People didn't ask, is this allowed? They asked, is she happy? That question alone signals a generational shift in how monarchy survives. But make no mistake, this moment brings risk. Every step Leonor takes now will be examined through this new lens. Every appearance recalibrated. Every future ceremony compared to this one. Prince Nicolas is no longer invisible. And Leonor is no longer emotionally neutral. The monarchy must now adapt around her truth, not just its tradition. And that brings us to the final, most important question of all. Did Spain just witness a love story beginning publicly? Or a future queen quietly claiming authorship of her own life? Because today didn't just stun Spain. It reset expectations. And once a nation sees its future queen as human and powerful at the same time, there is no going back. This wasn't just a ceremony. It was a turning point.